Ooh, that was not good. Hey, it's Candy. Welcome back to my channel and to my commute to work. Hoping the camera is okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Hi guys, it's been a while. Hold on. Isn't working how it worked before. Okay, hopefully that'll work. Praying. I don't do that, but anyway, yes, it's been a while. I apologize, but there's not really, there we go. There's not really an excuse. I've just been living. Just been living. In the let's see, it's been a little over a month since you guys saw me. We had the front counter girl at work. She decided to go somewhere else, and so we were without somebody for a little bit, and then we've got a new girl who is actually working out super well. She's picked up on everything really quickly. She is like, she's doing great. I cannot complain. I'm trying to tip this a little bit. Okay. So we're back in a balance. In fact, this week she started closing by herself. She's been with us for 3 weeks, so this is her 4th week. Super happy. And she's funny. I have to tell a story about her. I love her, but I have to tell a story about her that cracks me up. So one of our customers is a fruit company, and they brought us a flat of grapes. So we had all these grapes, and I'm sitting there talking to one of my mechanics. I was like, what are we gonna do with all these grapes? He's like, I don't know, I'm thinking about making some like grape freezer jelly or freezer jam. I was like, ooh, that would be good. And she's like, why don't we just make olives? And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, we'll just make olives with the grapes, because olives, like grapes turn into olives, right? She was like, I looked at my mechanic, I was like, what is she talking about? Like, can you tell us how that works? She's like, yeah, you just like put the grapes into pickle juice and make them olives, right? I was like, oh, sweetie, no, those are 2 different fruits, or, you know, foods. Olives and grapes are 2 different foods. I was like, grapes turn into raisins? And she was like, that's not how it goes? And I was like, no, no. I feel like we kind of blew up her world a little bit by like telling her that olives and grapes were different. So then like, this happened on like a Friday, and I had Saturday off. And so Monday came back around, and I was like, girl, I gotta tell you, the pickled grapes is now a super funny joke between Cody and I. And she was like, oh, geez. Like, she's like, I'm not dumb. I was like, sweetie, I know you're not dumb. I thought it was adorable and hilarious. Like, she's like, okay, you're not making fun of me. I was like, I promise you we're not. It's so funny though. And so then she was like, well, like, do they grow on like vines like grapes? And I was like, no, they grow in trees. So I'm like, I pull up olive trees, right, with olives on them. And she's like, those look like grapes. And I was like, you're not wrong. They absolutely look like grapes, and they have similar colors. Like, you've got black olives and green olives, and the purpley olives, like the Kalamata ones. And she was like, okay, like, I understand that that's not how it is, but they look like grapes. And I was like, they do. You're absolutely right. Like, so now, like, if Cody and I are like just being silly and I want to make him laugh, I'll just be like, pickled grapes. It's great. It's so funny. Right now work is going really well. We're in winter changeover season again. People taking off their winter tires, so it's been super busy, but I've got a good balance going on of working up front and in my office. So I'm actually like, I feel way more accomplished now that I'm like getting everything done that needs to be done in a timely manner, because I even have time to file now, and it's crazy. And now it's raining. So Monday on my drive home, I got out of Portland and into Vancouver, and there's this big sign, and it said, I-5 closed ahead at Woodland, landslide. I was like, oh no. So the GPS tells me to take an earlier exit, take some back roads. So I'm on the back roads trying to like get home. I left work at 3:30. I got home at like 7:15. Took me like almost 4 hours, close to 4 hours, and it was awful. I did not like being in the car for that extended period of time, and thank goodness that I went to the bathroom before I left, because I'm notorious for having to pee like every 2 hours. So making it that long without having to pee was a win for me. I also didn't drink anything in the car because I was like, I don't want to like have to pee if I drink anything. So yes, that happened. I think I was just getting over a sickness the last time you guys saw me too, and I still have a little bit in my throat, and then Cody got sick last week. Yeah. Oh, so Monday was the landslide. Tuesday went fairly smooth, and then yesterday morning, Wednesday morning, I walked out to go to the car, and I left my jacket at work because it was super sunny when I was getting ready to leave. And then as I walked out the door, it started hailing, and I was like, all right, you can just hail on me on the walk to my car. Not a big deal. I don't even care. But Wednesday morning when I came out, it was snowing, and I was like, what the heck? It's like mid-April. Why are we still getting snow? This is stupid. So yeah, it snowed yesterday, and then I had a customer that was super angry yesterday about this little scratch on the back of his rim. I get it. We scratched it. It got like, one of the other rims got put on top of it and it scratched it. And so I was like, really sorry this happened, sir. Like, we can, what I can have you do is take it back to the place that painted them, have them touch it up for you, and then call me and I will pay the bill. Or send me the bill and I will reimburse you. Whatever works best for you, but we will definitely pay for that. And he still was like so mad, calling me every name under the book. And I was just like, I'm really sorry. You know, I can't do anything more than pay for it. Or you're gonna pay me back for my time? No, sir, I'm not gonna pay you back for your time. I'm really sorry that you feel like you wasted your time. But, you know, I apologize. So he eventually, I was like done taking his abuse, and I looked at my tire tech that was next to me. I was like, can you please just load these in this vehicle so this gentleman can get on with his life? I just walked away. I was just, people are so mean sometimes for no reason. Like, yes, that guy had a reason to be upset. There's no reason to call me names and like scream at me over this tiny scratch that was on the back of a wheel that once you put it on the car, no one will ever see. But I understand you want it clean and pretty, and that's why I'm gonna pay for it. But like, why continue screaming at me for 5 whole minutes? Like, it didn't help anything. You didn't get anything extra from me. Like, I don't know what you want. I didn't charge you for the service to begin with because we couldn't do the service. Like, it was a lot. And it happens quite often that like people will get really angry and just lash out at you because you're the person in front of them, and that's not okay. Like, especially over something that there was nothing I could do about except for offer to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't take back that it got scratched. I can't. It's just, it is what it is. And sometimes people are so just, it's like they come in angry. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sure some of you other customer service people have way worse stories. And I don't know about you, but on TikTok, I get like recommended these like customer service horror stories a lot. And they're kind of my favorite. I love listening to other people's stories, knowing that I'm not the only one that is being abused for no reason some days. So, what else has been going on? Oh, so I kind of have an announcement, I guess. Cody and I are gonna be moving in together at the end of the year, and I'm pretty excited about that. It's just like, there's a lot of like small parts that need to fall into place before we can like know exactly what we're doing. Like, obviously my job is in Portland and Cody's job is up north, and living in Longview, I'm an hour from work, and if he lived in Longview, he'd be an hour from, you know, the start of his job, but he does go further north than that. And neither one of us want to give up our job. So it's like, we have to figure out like where we need to be and if it's feasible for both of us to keep our job, or if one of us needs to look for a different job if we want to live together, which we do. That's what's tough about it, is because like, we both want to live together, but we both really, really love our jobs and who we work for and the people we work with. And so it's, I think we can make it work, but we're just gonna have to figure it out. But I'm excited for that like next step in our, you know, relationship. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. We didn't really do anything for Easter. I did put a basket together for Cody's son and got that to him, but I didn't do anything. I woke up with a migraine that day. So, okay, so Saturday, Cody came over. Did Brittany come over this week? Can't remember. She may have. Oh my God, how come I can't remember that? No, Brittany didn't come over this week. She was over last week. Okay, I got this. Because Cody had his son last weekend, and his son was staying with his mom. He wanted to see grandma, and she lives in the same town as me. So his son went and spent the night with his grandma, or Cody's mom, and then Cody came to my house. That's right. So we were just hanging out Saturday, and we had dinner, and we're laying in bed watching a movie, and Cody's like, do you want a drink? And I was like, not really. I haven't really said anything, but like, I basically quit drinking. I just like, the hangover and all that bullshit is just like not worth it to me. Honestly, I'd rather smoke some weed and not have a hangover. If I want to get like, it's not even getting drunk when I'm high, it's just like elevating the happy feelings for me, and it's so much better for me. You can choose to do whatever you want to do, but that's what I like to do. Anyway, so we're laying there, he's like, do you want a drink? And I was like, not really, and I don't really have anything. I go, I have a couple bottles of wine in the fridge. He's like, okay. So he goes in and he grabs a bottle of wine. It just happens to be like a Barefoot Rosé, something that I don't know why I bought it. Like, maybe I thought it was gonna be fancy one night. And he just opens it and swigs it, and was like, okay, we're just drinking out of the bottle, cool. And so I think I had like 3 drinks out of it. The next morning, woke up with the worst migraine, and I was like, nope, this is why I don't drink wine, and this is why I don't drink anymore. I cannot do the headache the next day. And I think I need to get to the dentist, because I had the migraine, but also my face was super sensitive in this area, like touching it like hurt. And then last night I was laying there and I was kind of getting like a radiating pain in my jaw, and I was like, oh, I gotta get to the dentist. I have dental insurance again, so yay. Ugh. They did just change our dental insurance, so I gotta figure out like where I can go to the dentist. I don't know if I should go down in Portland or if I should stay in Longview, because I mostly have Saturdays off. So if I need to go to the dentist, it's gonna have to be on a work day. So Jane, who is my main girl, like, her and I work so well together. Like, I reiterated it to her yesterday, because I had started something and a customer came in, so I went to the counter and she finished up with her customer and finished up what I was doing. That's how well we work together, is we can complete each other's tasks or take over on something for the other one, and we know it's getting done right. It's why we work together so well. Why was I talking about that? I just reiterated it to her yesterday that, like, we work so well together. I forgot where that story was going, you guys. ADHD. Gosh. Oh, my schedule. Jane takes her daughter to school every day, and so she can't get to the store until 8:30. So I'm the opener, and then Monday through Friday, obviously she's taking her daughter to school, so she works Monday through Friday starting at 8:30, and then, because no one can open if I'm not there. Does that make sense? Okay. If I'm not there, no one can open. That's why she works Saturday mornings, because she can open on Saturday mornings. That's where I was getting with my schedule. I like this schedule because Cody has weekends off, and it gives us more time to spend together. If I work on a Saturday, I'm usually working until either 4 or 6. So one of those 2 times I'm getting off. So I'm not getting home until like 5 or 7, between 5 and 7 on a Saturday. And so we don't get a lot of time. We get like 24 hours together if I have to work on a Saturday. So kind of sucks, but like if I have to work, but I don't most of the time, which has been really great. And it's given me time to spend time with Brittany and spend time with my family and spend time with Cody and kind of get that balance back. Because you guys know that I struggle all the time with my balance between work and like life. Family, work, life balance. Last week, I was in this really, like, it's been happening, it had happened for like 2 weeks. It's in this really bad headspace where like, I didn't want to do anything, I didn't want to talk to anyone, I didn't want to go anywhere. I literally went to work, came home, went to bed. And Cody has a hard time with that because he's a very talkative person. He talks a lot, he likes to chit chat. I'm usually fine with that, but last week I was like, I can't, like, I can't mentally take it. I've done my peopling for the day at work, and I can take small conversations, but it was just to the point where like, this sounds so awful saying it out loud, but there was a point on like, I think it was Friday, where he was talking about something that he was super passionate about, and I'm listening, but like my mental capacity to listen had reached its absolute top, and I just started crying. I was just like, what is going on with me? Like, why do I just want to hang up the phone and throw it out the window? And I told him about it, and he was like, okay, like let me try to help you. And like, he's so helpful, and he's so attentive and just so sweet all the time, and I don't know how to take it sometimes. And so we're working through things. I feel like Cody and I have such good communication between each other that we haven't had like a fight. I'll get upset about something, or he'll get upset about something, and he'll bring it up to me, and we'll talk through it. And it's so healthy and good, and I just don't know how to deal with it. Like, I was with Roger for a long time. We met in 2004, got married in 2005, and I left in 2017. So he's been in my life for a really long time. Roger's one of the very few people that know me inside and out. In fact, I told Cody this the other day. I was like, you, Brittany, and Roger are in this tiny little inner circle that knows me inside and out. And Cody's kind of on the outside of that right now, honestly, because I have walls up. And he's broken down some of them, but like, the other night we were talking about something. Well, we were watching a show and a rape came up, and I should say sexual assault. Let's say it that way, because that other word is just, it kind of hurts. Because they were talking about sexual assault and how this girl couldn't like deal with anyone named Kyle or whatever it was. I was like, I can say the name of my sexual assaulter and I'm fine, but if I see someone that looks similar to him, I kind of get a little traumatized. And he was like, you know, we've never talked about that. Do you want to talk about that? And so I told him the story of it, and that was breaking down a wall for me, because I let that wall down and I let him in on something that was very intimate and very hard for me to deal with. And now he knew about it, and he's just so great. Gosh, he's so great. And I go through these points where I'm like, I don't deserve a person like this. I don't deserve a person who cares about me like this. I need to go back to being treated like shit. And then I'm like, no, you're stupid. Don't do that. Like, it's just imposter syndrome almost. Like, this can't be my life. He's great. I can't say enough good things about him. Of course he annoys me. Of course he has habits that I'm like, yeah, we're gonna fix that one. But I feel like together we're better. And I love that for us. We're going on a vacation next month. We leave on my birthday, May 5th, and we're gonna be gone for 3 nights at the beach. It should be really, really fun. It's kind of a birthday / anniversary trip because we're coming up on being together 2 years. In fact, what's today? Today's like the 13th, I think. All right, April 13th, yeah. So in 2 days, it'll be a month till our 2-year anniversary. And it's hard to believe that it's been 2 years, but it also feels like it's so right that it's been forever. Yeah, I haven't been this like happy in a while, and it's nice. So I just hope I don't fuck it up. I just hope I don't screw it up. Yeah. Let me see. What else has been going on in life? Not too terribly much. Honestly, Brittany got me started on True Blood. So Brittany would come over and we'd watch The Last of Us, and that's the 3 of us watched it together, and that was very special. And like, we're sitting there screaming at the TV and crying together. It was great. But then she was like, you need to watch True Blood if you've never watched True Blood, and I had never. And so I went through the entire series. I finished it earlier this week. I liked it. I was into it. And I know towards the end I was supposed to feel a certain way about a certain character, and I just didn't. So there's that. What else have I been? Did I watch anything else? I haven't really. Oh, we did watch The Tremendous Weight of Incredible Talent, or I think that's what it's called, with Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal. That movie was so good, and I don't know if it's because we were on edibles that it was so good, but like, I've watched it like 3 more times now. It was just funny and just action-packed and funny, and just like, it was just, go into this type of movie like not having a preconceived thing where like, oh, it has to be Oscar worthy. No, some timer ran out on the camera. So anyway, some movies are just funny, okay? What else has been going on? Not much else. Yeah, I just work a lot, but I should be coming back to videos. I've been also working on my personal space and trying to feel better in my surroundings. A couple weekends ago, Cody and I cleaned my bedroom, like went through my closet, took a bunch of stuff, reorganized it. I got some file boxes for my actual files, and I got 2 of these file boxes. One of them is actual files, the other one has like memories and, you know, stuff like that in it, like all of my cards from you guys and like letters from when I was a teenager from my friends. Like, it's a memory box. And so I've got those back in my closet, and I've reorganized that tall shelf that I have in my room. Maybe I'll show you guys what I did, but I got these baskets off of Amazon, and the top one has all of my socks, and then there's one for underwear, and then I have all of my work shirts in another one because they're cotton, they don't wrinkle, so they can sit in like a basket very nicely, and then my jeans are stacked underneath it. So when I'm getting ready for work, I just grab, and it's so much easier because I basically wear a uniform. I just wear a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. and I have 5 more coming, but I have like 5 or 6 of these V-neck t-shirts from Torrid because they're the right color, they fit me really nicely, and they look good. So that's kind of my basic work uniform, and it's just easy to like grab the things I need, throw my clothes on, get out the door. So it's been really nice to like have that at arm's length. My biggest problem is I have all these cute clothes that I no longer get to wear because I have to wear certain things to work. I was going through, so I've been having also issues with my IUD, I think. It's ready to come out. It's been in there 5 years, and I've been noticing my moods are kind of going up and down a little bit more, and I was getting a little bit of spotting, which I haven't had a period in 5 years since I put this thing in. And so I was going back through old like vlogs and stuff to see exactly when I got it put in so I could like have a better timeline. I had it written down somewhere, but I couldn't remember if it was 17 or 18 or 19 that I got it done. And so I'm going back through old vlogs, and I'm looking at all these cute outfits that I used to wear, and I'm so jealous of my own self and how fun my hair used to be. I do like my hair now. I like having it just this like reddish brown color. But like, I used to have purple hair, and I used to have bright red hair, and I used to wear bright like lipstick and fun colors, and I was a little bit jealous of my old self for just how fun I used to be. And it's not that I'm not fun anymore, but my wardrobe is a little less dramatic than it used to be. And so I'm going through these old videos to find out when it was, and it was in 2018, so it's been 5 years. But then I'm also like catching little like clips of myself talking about things, and I'm like, oh man, I remember that. Like, it was kind of fun to like go through like some stuff. I still would like to go back and like react to some of my earlier videos and like cringe at myself. I just don't like necessarily have the time for that at the moment. That semi got really close to me. I just don't necessarily have time for it at the moment. I don't have the time or the ability to like sit down and like actually talk. Hold on one second. Good morning.
Good morning, love.
Hey, can I'm filming a video. Can I call you back in a few minutes and I'm gonna wrap it up?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
That's fine. No,
All
I'm
right.
away.
Okay, I'll call you right back. Bye. I didn't realize what time it was. It's after 7. I usually call him around 7 because that's when he wakes up. We have this like routine where I call him in the morning and we call each other after work, and we have a rule where we have to video chat at least 1 time per day. It's not like a rule, but like, hey, let's video chat 1 time per day so that we can keep up with each other and see each other's face. It's just how we make a long distance relationship work. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I didn't have much more to talk to you guys about. Like, I can't really think of anything else that I needed to talk to you guys about, but hi, I'm alive. Thank you all for checking on me. I've had quite a few messages, and I've tried to respond to most of them, but you know, sometimes life gets a little crazy and I don't take the time. I'm not saying I don't have time. I don't take the time. I choose to do other things. Honestly, that's what it is. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with other types of videos very, 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 very soon. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.